Seems like I might be live. If I would just look in my own hands, I would see what I was looking for. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am. I want to say I'm running a little late, but I'm always right on time. Y'all know. Y'all know. um, Whatever. There is no judgment or anything in all of that. At least I'm not judging me. So I get it if you want to be like, oh, good Lord, it's Friday, girl. Can't you? And I'm like, I'm here now. I'm here now. And I hope that you are all is well with you. I had a kind of a truncated morning a little bit, and I needed to slow down my morning. And, sometimes we are so busy running that we forget that, there's supposed to be joy and pleasure and stuff. And so this morning, I tossed and turned a bit last night. I I I tossed and turned a bit, and then when I woke up, it was like I was just like the alarm went off, and I thought, no, I'm not ready. And so I stayed there and slept a extra half hour today, which I needed. And that is what I did. So now I get to come in here, be with you, and make it do what it do. How are you? It's Friday. Good morning, Kim. How are you, darling? I am. I'm just glad to be here today because I had, when I talk about having trouble getting up in the morning, it's like, ooh, who is that? Who is that? So I got up a little bit late and then didn't feel like I wanted to try to squeeze in a whole hour of the meditation that I normally do. So I didn't. It was just this one of those days this morning. Like, yeah, I'm just taking it easy today. It's Friday. It's Friday, and I'm giving myself permission to yeah, just let it be what it be. You're at work already. Okay, cool. That is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Make your money, honey. And look, I'm at work already. That's the way, that's the way I choose to look at it myself. I'm at work already. So, and when work can become play, ooh, that's good, right? It would be just amazing if we could all just do what we love to do and all that good stuff. You have a blessed day too, dear. Keep me posted if you hear anything else on that little tip. So blessings to you. So yeah, it it's good when your work can be your play or whatever you desire it to be, however you desire it to be. That would be, that's I think what we all endeavor for. I know that there are some people that inherent in the name work is this idea that we are in resistance to it. But maybe it is that we need to redefine what it is that we do. And I know everybody is not going to choose the path of least resistance or happiness or anything else, but I'll be standing in that gap for you and saying, look at this. I'm gonna be like, look at this. It does work out. It does all come out in the wash, or it works out in the end. So I have, yesterday, I will tell you, yesterday my conversation with Dr. Brown was just so amazing. Just when I get to the point where I think like, ooh, this is so good, it gets even better. And I don't know that it was the end part, talking about Queen and Zinga, or if it was the middle part, or if it was the beginning part. But to kind of sit in conversation, to listen, and to truly, from my perspective, to truly hear what another is saying is such an amazing, not just a gift in the giving, right? In A Course in Miracles, it one of the law of love says that as we give, we receive. And so there is a reciprocal relationship that goes on between any two people who have a conversation. Good morning, Sarika. You says, and it was amazing yesterday. All of it. Yes. Yes, I'm so glad that you were there to witness that too, Sarika, because that was just an amazing conversation. And so, when I'm thinking about this, the gift as well as the giver. So one of this idea that we give out blessings, but the cost of giving a blessing is also receiving one. And so there's a reciprocal relationship that goes on. So as you give a miracle, or as you perform a miracle, you receive one. As you give love, you receive. As you give, you receive. It's part of the process. Everything seems to work on that same design. And so when you think about it from that standpoint of view, I enter into my conversations with Dr. Brown with sometimes no expectation whatsoever around or about what is about to transpire. I know that sometimes when he asked me to, give him some cues as to what I might be talking about, I said something like a diagnosis, just diagnosing people and their ability to receive it. And so when you throw the ball out and you don't exactly know, like baseball, you don't exactly know if somebody's going to hit it, if they're going to hit it out the park, if it's going to be a ground ball or a foul or anything like that. You just stand you go to the plate, right? You don't know what's about to happen. And so a lot of times I see so many of us who want to have all the things mapped out before you show up, whether that's in a job or in a relationship or in family settings or wherever. So many people want everything mapped out without knowing that just showing up is the thing to do. Like, show up and let's see where this goes. Show up, throw your throw the ball. Let's see how this how it pans out. And when it's good, it is just woo, it is amazingly good. And so I'm just honored to be able to play ball with Dr. Brown and say what it is that Spirit puts in me, so that we stir that up in him. And that, that little play together is just so good. Can't believe I cried yesterday. That was like, what the hell, Sandra? But of course that sends me down another rabbit hole. Why did I get emotional? And y'all know I don't everything for me is like this little cue. If I talk about God speaks to me in a myriad of ways, if I talk about that, Spirit coming through me and coming through me in a particular way, like what prompted the tears for me? What prompted certain things for me? And so y'all trust me, I don't have a ego complex that says that I need to be different or special or anything like that. That is not at all my concern. For me, it's like, how do I come and lay open what it is that I'm receiving? How do I recognize that I'm receiving a gift, and as I give it, I receive more. And so if I want to keep receiving, I know that I'm a part of the cycle that is necessary for it to keep coming. The moment I start thinking that it's all about me being selfish or anything else like that, I might turn off or shut off this gifting. So I choose to just show up and do what I do. And so I don't have, a lot of times we see people and they want to, oh, my past life, I was this or I did that, or I know that in this life, all these things are possible. So if we talk about remote viewing, or if we talk about healing work, or if we talk about whatever kind of divination it is, whether some people want to learn how to read palms or throw bones or, see spirits or do readings and all of that stuff, wanting to do all of that stuff. And I just want to be used by Spirit, however that means. And it doesn't have to be so special. It just has to be in service. And so when you think about, I'm not trying to own anything or say this is me. Because if you weren't receiving, then I probably wouldn't have anything to give. Remember, I'm always talking about I feel when there's some presence that's watching or paying attention or whatever, and that stirs up something in me. So there is no, the part of, yes, I'll talk regardless of whether or not you're here, but part of the gifting is the receiving. And so a lot of times people will wait around, like, I'm not going to do this until, or I'm not going to say this unless, or, attaching it to money, attaching it to titles, attaching it to something else. It's like, just pour from the cup. Pour from the cup. And as you pour, that's like was that the Passover story or something, when she was told to pour the oil into the vessels, grab as many vessels or grab as many jars as you can and start to fill them up with oil. And she's like, I only got this much oil. What you talking about, right? I don't even have a full. Just pour, she was told. Elijah, I think it was, told her, just pour. And as she poured, she had this inexhaustible supply of oil as long as she was pouring. But the moment she stopped, like if you were to turn around, looking at it, where did this come from and how is this to look a gift horse in the mouth sometimes causes that mouth to shut. And so just pour. So So I think sometimes we get stuck because we're trying to see and see forward. One of the things he said yesterday too was this idea about the babies, right? We the youngest people on the planet are trying to tell the oldest people on the planet that's not real, that's not what you see, that's not how it works. And so we've let them, let somebody else, describe and develop this educational system. We've let somebody else set the agenda. We've let somebody else control the narrative. We've let somebody else who should be